In my last video, I broke down real superfoods, not marketing nonsense. So here are the foods that actually make a difference in your performance, your recovery, and even your hormones. No gimmicks, no fluff, just what actually works. Superfoods that actually matter, part 2. All right, guys, before we get into the superfood list, like we did in part 1, let's go ahead and break down what actually a superfood or superfood is. When we mention superfood, all that really refers to is just something or a food that is nutrient dense. This just means that you're getting a lot of nutrients for the volume or amount of a food item that you are consuming and eating, right? So these foods are really just foods that are dense with a bunch of micronutrients, which are vitamins and minerals. And a superfood is not magic, guys. It just means, like I said, that you're getting a lot of nutrients for what you're actually eating. We can think of superfoods as things that support your body, which then equals or equates to better overall performance, right? And that does not necessarily have to mean like the gym, athletes, and training like that, but just overall better performance in day-to-day things, habits, your lifestyle, activities, just things like that. So that's what the main focus of this video is going to be about. It's going to be on foods that actually have a focus on performance and just giving you better results. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the first food. Before we jump into the video, guys, I just want to mention that I am a certified personal trainer and a certified nutritional coach, and I do online coaching. I have helped many people of all ages, all different body sizes, body types, reach their goals based on their lifestyle, their habits, and what works for them. If you are interested in coaching or just have a couple questions, feel free to DM me on Instagram at zachluchh, or go ahead and check out my website at zachluchh.com. With these videos getting a lot of engagement lately, I've been getting a lot of traffic for potential clients. So if this sounds like something that you're interested in, either DM me on Instagram or go to my website, zachluchh.com, and book a 30-minute one-on-one call with me to see how I can best help you achieve your goals, whether that's fat loss, weight gain, strength, muscle size, or just better lifestyle habits mentally, physically, emotionally. I'm here to help you, but go book an appointment before all the spots are taken. Now that that's out of the way, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the video. The first food we're going to go over in part 2 is liver. And we can think of liver as nature's multivitamin. And that is simply because, guys, this is probably the most or one of the most nutrient dense foods you can consume. It might be a little harder to find, and the taste is a little grimy. It might not please or pleasure a lot of people, but in terms of nutrient dense, in terms of superfoods, this is one of the best foods that us humans can consume. It has loads of vitamin A, copper, iron, vitamin B12. These are just some of the micronutrients within liver, and all these support energy levels, red blood cell count, oxygen or oxygen delivery, and recovery. This food is great because it gives you the best of both worlds, right? It gives you loads of energy and loads of recovery. If you feel run down, low on energy, or just deficient in certain micronutrients like minerals and vitamins, this food can definitely help change that and make you feel overall better. And liver is not one of those foods that you need to eat every single day. Even having it just once a week is enough. Now, the second superfood we're going to talk about is dairy, specifically dairy milk and Greek yogurt. Dairy is a great superfood because it is nutrient dense, it's great for recovery, and it has plenty of protein. It's one of the most practical foods we can eat or drink for muscle growth and recovery. And this is because it gives our body exactly what we need. It has complete proteins, great source of calcium, great source of B vitamins, and loads of calories, which is great to fuel our body and give our body energy. Milk and yogurt both contain complete proteins, which means they contain all the proteins that your body needs to actually build muscle. They also provide calcium for muscle contraction, B vitamins for energy, and easy calories to support growth. This is great for lifters because if it's easy to eat, it's easy to grow. A big advantage of dairy is just how easily it is to consume. If you struggle to eat enough, drinking milk, eating yogurt, and foods similar make it that much easier for you to hit your protein and caloric goals. Now, specifically talking about Greek yogurt, it's also great, right? Because it contains the complete proteins, it contains the calcium, the B vitamins, the calories. But it's really good because of this one reason. And that is because it contains live cultures, guys, which help support your gut health. And gut health is extremely important. Not to mention Greek yogurt is better than normal yogurt because it contains a lot of protein for a lot less sugar. If we have better digestion from eating foods like Greek yogurt because of the live cultures, we're going to have a better absorption of nutrients and minerals within our gut and our body. Now, before we move on to the third superfood, I really want to touch base just briefly about raw versus regular milk. Because a lot of times in this day and age especially, people preach how amazing raw milk is and how you need to stay away from the pasteurized milk that you see at the grocery store. But is that really true? Does that really matter? Well, it doesn't matter as much as these people claim it to be. Based on nutrition or nutritionally, raw milk versus regular milk is very similar to one another. Raw milk just contains natural enzymes and bacteria. But pasteurized milk is processed for safety, guys, to remove those potential harmful pathogens. The difference is just very minuscule or small for performance, guys. For muscle growth, recovery, and overall nutrition, there is not a huge difference between raw and pasteurized milk. What matters more is total protein, total calories, and consistency. The third superfood we're going to touch base on is honey. Honey is great because it gives us quick energy. Honey is basically just fast carbs, and that's not a bad thing at all. Honey is great for quick fuel, pre and post workout, and then just supporting performance in general. Not to mention, if you have allergies, consuming raw honey from your local farms is actually really beneficial to help with allergies, especially if you have bad allergies during allergy season. But guys, if we have better fuel, we're gonna have better performance and better training. And no, honey is not a magic food, guys, but when it's used correctly, it can be very useful and beneficial. The fourth superfood we're gonna talk about is oysters. Oysters contain a lot of zinc. And if we have a lot of zinc, we're gonna help with hormones or hormone production. Oysters are one of the highest sources of zinc that you can actually get. And what does zinc do? Zinc supports hormone function, and it's very good for just overall health. And zinc is just very underrated for hormones in general. Most people don't assume that zinc will really do much for hormones or even think of zinc as something like that. That's why it's underrated. And most people never even eat oysters, but they are actually very powerful and something that you should start including or incorporating into your diet if you enjoy them. All right, guys, the fifth superfood we're gonna go over is chocolate. Yes, chocolate. No, chocolate's not bad, guys. Well, it is, but not dark chocolate, right? Yes, milk chocolate, white chocolate, all that processed chocolate you see in the store. Not gonna be healthy for you, not gonna be beneficial, but dark chocolate does have some great benefits, especially when talking about superfoods. Why is that, guys? Because of magnesium. Magnesium is super important for overall recovery and muscle function. And magnesium can also help with stress regulation. So if you're someone who gets stressed a lot, take some dark chocolate and eat it. And one of the coolest things about dark chocolate is it contains 70 to 90% of cocoa. 70 to 90% of cocoa, and cocoa can actually help support overall health. So if you have a sweet tooth, eat some dark chocolate. It'll help your stress. It'll help your magnesium levels by giving you that magnesium. And then it helps with just muscle function too. And who doesn't want a little bit of chocolate here and there, especially something that's healthy or healthier. All right, guys, like we did in part one, let's go over what people get wrong still when it comes to superfoods. Eating one food is not going to give you results. Like we mentioned in part 1, you do not need exotic foods. Everything we named was pretty basic, pretty ordinary, just maybe things that you didn't think were actually good for you or superfoods. And the third point people still get wrong is that superfoods change everything. If you still live a poor lifestyle, you have poor habits, you make poor decisions, you don't have great discipline in and out of the gym with your lifestyle, eating dark chocolate, eating oysters, eating liver, that's not going to do much, if anything at all. If your overall diet isn't already solid, guys, eating one of these foods or all these foods is not going to make a huge difference. Never listen to anyone that says one single food is going to transform your body, because that is completely false. Guys, what really matters is just your calories, your protein, and being consistent. After that, then you can worry about incorporating these superfoods into your diet. But first, build a base. Guys, there's no magic food, just smart choices and decisions. Use these foods to help support the diet and the foundation you already have, not replace it. And some of these foods might work great for you, some of them might work poorly for you. If you're already eating foods high in magnesium, maybe you don't need to eat dark chocolate. If you're already eating foods high in zinc and you don't like oysters, don't force yourself to eat oysters, right? The best thing you can do is be consistent, and consistency comes with what works for you and what you like to do. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. We're slowly climbing to 9,000 subscribers. I really never thought any of this would be possible. And I know there's going to be a day soon, hopefully, where I hit 10K subs. And that's going to be epic and insane. And I'm just so blessed and so grateful. And I have so much gratitude for every single person who watches my videos, who comments, who leaves a like. It just truly means the absolute world, guys. I can't preach that enough. God is giving me such a great platform to promote my videos, to show a little bit of my personality off. And I've been so blessed and grateful to just continue to make these videos, be able to post them, and have people actually enjoy them and watch them. Like always, guys, like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't, or if you're new to my channel. I like to make these whiteboard videos going over topics and putting them in simplistic whiteboard terms that get straight to the point, so you're not spending 20, 30 minutes watching a video that's just dragging on a stupid point. We get right down to business with these videos. They're short, they're sweet, and they're basic and easy to understand. If you have any other video suggestions or ideas, please drop them in the comments. I love to make these videos to help you guys. So if there's anything you want clarification on or that you're confused about, drop it in the comments and I'll try to make a video on it as soon as possible. And if you'd like to see more gym videos or just more of my personality, go to my Instagram or TikTok. I post multiple times a day on both of those platforms. And if you're interested in coaching, go ahead and DM me on Instagram or go to my website, zachluchh.com, to learn more and see other clients, their testimonials, and how I help them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.